Okay, I've got the printout here.
Okay, you all set?
Yes, we're recording. We're on the air. People still coming in, but that's okay.
Yeah, we'll give it a couple minutes here. See if more people come in.
Hello?
Yeah?
Hello.
Hi, this is Kat.
Hi, this is Sheba.
Hey, Sheba, how are you?
I'm good. How you all doing?
Good.
Okay, Pat, what's your area code?
What?
What is your area code, Pat?
Which Pat?
Yeah, you, Pat.
Me?
Yeah.
What? Oh, 716.
Okay.
Hey, Sheba, welcome aboard.
Thanks, Norge. It's good to be aboard.
We expect to hear from you, girl.
I'm going to be on this one for sure. I ain't missing another call.
Good.
Oh, this is the lady that kicked her ass in court right here, Sheba.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Sheba, your area code 859?
Yes, but I'm in Cincinnati, though.
Okay.
I'm going to mute out.
That's fine, Pat. Thank you.
No, he's fine. Oh, yeah, he's not bothering me at all. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Heaven keeps a rolling.
Okay, mute yourself out, Harold.
I'm sorry? I'm not muted?
No, you're not muted. We can hear you rolling.
Sorry.
Hey, we got the gang on tonight.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know. Sounds like most everybody's don't hear too many more coming in, so we'll go ahead and start.
There's like about 12 here. Yeah, we're already recording.
Oh, we just had another one come in, I think.
Okay.
Okay, so basically we've got two playing boards that we can operate here in the postal world, okay? We've got them with the Social Security card, okay? Like I said the other night, that Social Security card is nothing but a routing number card. That gives you your routing numbers. And the front one, okay, the top one, is the one to go to the Treasury, okay? That's your Social Security number. So that's your routing number when you go to the Social Security. And that's what they always come back with you on your taxes and everything. That's the routing number that they route it back to you on, okay? Now, the other one is on the back of the Social Security card, and that's your master master account number, okay? Master ABA routing number, okay? You do not use that on your money orders, okay? Or when you go online. If you go directly to the Federal Reserve Bank, you could possibly use that number, but you do not change that letter to a number. You leave it the way it is, okay? That is an individual routing number within the bank. It's your master routing number. Then you should assign sub-routing numbers underneath that in the form of EINs, okay? And most people that have been following what I've been doing, they should have an estate EIN and also a foreign grantor trust EIN, okay? And you will fill these forms out appropriately. So to go in with the first form, using the master account number, and make sure you've got the latest form when you submit these in. Okay? It says servicing FRB office. You have to look up and see where that Social Security card was issued. You have to know the address that Social Security card was issued at. So if you basically got your Social Security card issued when you were out in California and now you're living back in New York, basically that card is attached to the California or probably to San Francisco Federal Reserve Bank, because that was the address that you had. You need to update that and get a new Social Security card if you're living out in New York now. And see, that is where the different cards come into play. The old number will go away. The new number will take the precedence. And anytime you get a new Social Security card, you need to do a new master account agreement, because this master account agreement is nothing more than the signature card for the bank. Hello. Even at your local bank, if you don't have a signature card on file, you can't operate that account. This is no different than the run-of-the-mill ma-and-pa banking system. Okay, in fact, they're the ones that set it up, and then the ma-and-pas follow suit behind them. Okay? So you put down your servicing FRB office that services your Social Security card. Okay? The number on the back, wherever you got that. Okay? And then, on down to the form, the routing number will be the number that's on the back of that card, because this is a bank routing number. And basically, it's also the back of the card. B stands for B, okay? Now, your financial institution name should be the name as it appears on the Social Security card, and that is the U.S. Citizen -SHIP, all capital. You can stop there, or you can put the whole number on there if you have your passport number or whatever, because that's your postal U.S. citizenship whole number, okay? You have an American citizenship whole number, and that's your certificate of live birth, but I'll get into that in a little while. So you have two citizenships. One is in the dead world, the other is in the living world. You put down the address and everything else, okay? Your title should be American Executive Officer, banker, whatever. Postmaster, post-master, capital P and capital M when you do that, okay? And that's pretty much that simple little form. You assign when you want the date you're signing this, and then the date that you want the account open. The other next form is you have to do a attachment B form. And if you've got an EIN, okay, only if you've got an EIN do you do the attachment B. So you need to get at least one EIN in there, because the EIN will be a 9-digit all number in the numbers, okay, using numbers. And then you can use that number, then after you get your authorization from the Federal Reserve Bank, as your routing number online. Okay? They won't take a letter online. And then you can use your passport number. But if you don't have a passport number, I'll be telling you how you can go and get some money out of your Treasury account, out of your U.S. citizenship, using the Treasury routing number and the Treasury ship number that's being held in the Treasury. You fill out Section 1, Section 2, and Section 3 on the Attachment B of that operating instruction. Okay, the operating circular, number 1, Attachment B. I would go with the first block in the selected block, appropriate block, under Section 1, and then whatever you want under the next block. Under servicing charge information, just report all servicing charge information for the secondary listed with the primary. Then you go down and you list your secondary RTN. That is going to be your state or your foreign grantor trust or whatever other EIN you want. You put the name of that, what you assign to that EIN, like either the Patrick Devine estate or the Patrick Devine foreign grantor trust. Put it in all capital. And then put the address down. Pretty much done. Then you go over and you have to do a Section 4 for that, identifying the master account, tying back to that sub-account, secondary account, and you're going to put down all your information you put on Appendix 1, pretty much again. And then you're going to sign it. Don't forget to sign it. They need the wet ink signature or a signature on file in the process. Now, you can either email, scan this in after you've done this into a PDF and send it to them by email. You can send it to them by fax, and I'll give you the fax number. It goes into Kansas City. It's 816-218-7489. And this goes into the Kansas City FRB Customer Service Center. And I would put it attention, Master Account Department. And if you have both the estate and the foreign grantor, do Section 1, 2, and 3 for each one of those. Okay, so I think that pretty much covers that. Now, what I put up on the site there, or had Tom put up on the site, was a new money order. Okay, I made a couple minor modifications again to it to try and help it in the process. Okay, to clarify a few things. It's drawn from my American/U.S. citizenship treasury account. And see, our American ship, financial ship, has been seized by these guys and is being held in the treasury under a dead citizenship. Now, you have two, you're classified as two different citizens. How many people does it take to file a charge of treason? Two. Well, basically, if they're giving you another citizenship as another person, now you've got your two people there, and you can charge treason. See, some of these things backfired against them. They just don't know it, okay? And they hope that we don't know it. On the money, and this money order is strictly to be used going to the Treasury, okay? You do not put this in your local bank, okay? So you send it to the Treasury. And your executive post is going to be your 5-digit plus your 4-digit zip code. The person that is signing the money order is the master of the ship. Because what you're going to do is you're ordering cargo off of your ship. You're handing it over to the United States Treasury, and they are going to put it in their warehouse on the pier. Okay? So now they're holding it in the warehouse. And you signed it over to them as the master of the ship on the money order itself. Then you're coming in as the executive postmaster on the bank, on the land, and you're going to do the authenticity saying you concur with your ship master putting the cargo on the land, allowing and assigning the Treasury Department to be the executor for that citizenship cargo. You will sign that, put your thumbprint on that signature, and emboss it, and sign, seal, and date it. Okay, that's your banking medallion. Okay, when you're doing that. Then on the back side, I set it up that basically it's an executive ordered delivery endorsement. Mail the U.S. Treasury check for the following to whoever. And it's going to be a Treasury warehouse claim check. That's all that those Treasury checks are. They're holding the asset in their Treasury warehouse. And they send out a check and say, hey, come and claim it. So it's a claim check. You address what you want, or why it is being set off for doing something. Say you want to go out and buy a couple new lawnmowers. Basically, you put that down as that is what this claim check is to set off the financial assets for those items. Then you put down the name of whoever you're making it out to, and you can make this out to anybody. Okay? You either need their SSN if you're making it out to a living individual, or their EIN number if you're making it out to a corporation. Okay? I need to Monday call up 2 places and try and get their EINs. One place that's a car dealership, and the guy's still dealing with me, on things, so he's wanting to learn, okay? He knows there's something wrong, but he just can't put his finger on the whole thing. So I'm showing him and I'm teaching him every time I go in there. So you put the address down, the EIN, and then you sign it as the American Executive Postmaster again for the endorsement of that delivery. Then it's going to be assigned to the Treasury obligation, concurrence, that they will concur, and then they will issue out a Treasury check, and we want them to put that Treasury check number on this money order so that we have the tie back, so that when we know that check is cashed, basically we can go and claim the other item. And then down below it says send receipt copy of the processed money order to us. And it's got to be completed by one of the Treasury agents. So that is going to the Treasury. I'm not going to put the other one up there for a couple of days for the Federal Reserve Bank, because you've got to get your forms filed and get your confirmation back before you go and do the money orders through your local banks. Okay? And I'll probably have a call when we address that. Maybe Sunday night or Monday night I might address that and go ahead and put the form up. That you people need to start doing some due diligence and understanding of what this is all about. Don't use the red, white, and blue stamps. those are corporate colors. Okay, stay away from them. Okay, that's a corporate chartered East India colors. Okay, our flag is basically like I put on the money order there, that snake that says, and underneath it says, "Don't tread on me." That's my American independence flag of American independence. And that's the only one that I owe any allegiance to, is to the nation. I would get some 2 and 3 cent stamps, so get the teapot, 3 cents, and the Indian necklace, 2 cent stamps. Okay? I would use on the money order the 3 cent stamp, the teapot, and then when you do send this into the Treasury, you're going to do it under a certificate of mailing. You put your 2 cent stamp on that certificate of mailing, and you sign through that, and you endorse that. You don't need to spend the $1.30 to the postal nitwits and get nothing out of it in the long run. We're the postmaster, and we can use our own damn thing, and we'll be cheaper in the long run. And see, they're operating in the postal system. So, your postage on your stamps, they're a corporation. They borrowed, they have to zero their books. So to operate, they have to borrow the money from us. So I had a couple Avery sheets, one that had 80 little labels on it, and I forget what the number on that one was. I didn't bring it with me. And then I had another sheet of the little larger labels, and there's about 30 on that sheet. And like the guy said the other night, okay, type in there first dash class mail, postage and fees prepaid, permit number. Okay, now if you don't have a passport, you can use that number on the back of your Social Security card, because that number is in the postal world, and that's a postal permit number. Okay, and then stick those things on them, drop them in the drop box, okay, just to try and avoid any hassle with the postmaster or the post office. And then they'll see that says it's prepaid, so basically they've got to run with it. But if you go to the counter and try to pass it across or in your mailbox, they might question your right to do that, because they're out there putting the 49-cent stamp on all their envelopes, and they say, "Why aren't you doing that? You're screwing the country." Well, we're screwing the country, but we're not screwing the nation. Two different entities. We want to get rid of the one, the country, so that we can get back to our nation, our foundation.
Did that movie put on him, though?
Okay, so I think that pretty much just about covers the item. I talked about the mailing. And you can make these money orders out to whoever you want to. If your Aunt Bessie needs a couple thousand or something like that, make one out, send her a treasury, have a treasury send her a check. If somebody needs some parole money, basically go and parole them out, and then teach them how to pay you back. This is what I try to tell people about when Tim Turner, when I first talked to him, and he was out in California, and this was about 3 years ago probably, and he came out here and did a seminar up in Minneapolis, and then came down to Iowa and was going to do a seminar. I was supposed to meet with him, but I just had a funny feeling about him. I didn't want to have anything to do with him after that. And because I told these guys, if they can't tell you how to pay for their seminar ain't worth shit. And I meant it. So all you guys that have gone to these seminars in Cancun and everything else, and you got stars in your eyes about the dinar's gonna, that is all bullshit. Okay? Well, they just paid off the first top 3,000 people. So you're next in line. Yeah, just hang in there. You're next in line. Come on. Just hang in there. Stay with us. Don't learn the real truth. We're going to go over and rape and pillage poor old Iran, and we're going to give all this dinars over to you guys here in America. You've got your own damn accounts, but we don't care about that. We're going to go over here and we'll get this for you. Come on, people. Wake the hell up. I don't know how damn stupid people can get, especially to elect a nitwit like we got in the office right now. I mean, we went through George W. nitwit, we went through Bill Clinton nitwit, and now people are out there ready to really get off target and elect Hillary nitwit. That's how stupid this damn population, this country is.
Independent? You get no 3 times.
Lee Bolton, we're getting the conversation. Can you mute out? And also, Dave, you're doing a lot of noise.
So basically, I'm pretty much, I think I've said just about everything I need to do, so I'll open it up to questions.
Okay.
Pat, I need to ask you a question. Is question time yet?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got the Treasury routing number there. What number is that?
That is your Social Security. That's the number on the top of your Social Security card. T stands for Treasury. Top has a T in it. So Treasury also has a T in it, so that is your Treasury routing number.
Okay.
And then the back has a B in it, so that is your Federal Reserve Bank master routing number. See, they make these things pretty simple.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, if you really sat back as a 5-year-old, you probably could have thought that one through.
I was thinking you're right.
Yeah. See, that's what we're supposed to do. And it even says that in the Bible. You need to read this as a little child.
Yeah.
Not as an adult nitwit, but as a little child. One that has still got some common sense.
That's it.
So yeah, most adults try and outthink themselves.
Yeah, I know.
Then they blame the government on everything when it's their own damn fault.
Hey, Patrick.
Yeah.
I'll give you my address a little bit later so you can send me one of those checks.
Well, basically somebody else can send a check. Okay?
I'll send you one.
All right.
I'm sending one to somebody else, so basically somebody else can help another person in the group, okay?
Yep. You're right.
And then basically you need to pay them back. As soon as you get covered, yeah. And then basically you can start sending some off to the food pantries and stuff like that. Start helping some of these places. Yeah, most of those homeless shelters and stuff like that, in a lot of cases, they have an EIN number because the state requires them to have one. Even though they're tax exempt, they still have to have an EIN number.
You sure that what you talking about this one. Hmm? Yeah, that's what Tony said. He said,
see, we've got, like I said, we've got two. We've been classified, and this is right out of the Pirates of the Caribbean, okay, and some of the shipping stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The dead ship, basically at night, okay? Basically, they come alive.
Dude,
And
then dude, to take it up, fam.
yeah, I mean, it's
I'm getting down.
yeah, and then sitting in the harbor, okay? To offload your cargo in the harbor, you have to have another intermediate, which is your EIN boat to row ashore to go to the bank.
Go outside and stay up all the time.
Lee Bolton, we can hear your conversation in the background.
Yeah, if you're not directing your conversation to me, please mute out.
Sorry, man, we ain't
Okay, if you got a question, then you can unstar or star 6 and ask the question. But for everybody else, so you don't get too much background into the conversation, please mute out unless you're asking the question.
Yeah, I had a
or unless you got a good laugh, and basically we can handle a good laugh once in a while.
I had to mute out Lee because evidently he's not listening. He's talking with someone now.
Okay. So anybody else got a question there?
I'm looking at section 1. I gather that I only need to check the first box saying report all transactions, rather than the other two boxes which selects some transactions.
Yeah, you only select the one that you want, okay?
Right. And in the second section with those 6 transaction codes.
Yeah, you've got to pull up the instructions and read what each one of those different items is. If you want to. If you don't want to mark anything, just leave it blank for right now. Okay?
Well, we could select everything saying I'll want it sometime.
Not necessarily. Some of those things won't apply to us.
Yeah, saving.
Some of those things only apply to the commercial ones that go in and get these numbers, okay?
Okay,
See, this is a multifaceted form, okay?
Yes,
okay, you've got to think about this, okay? Don't think you know. Basically, if you have a question, pull up the instructions and read the instructions. These are just the forms that the instructions are covered under. Yeah, the instructions cover these forms, so you have to read the instructions to know. And see, that's what most people don't do, is read all the instructions to say whether that is applicable to me or not. The forms aren't that hard.
No, they're pretty straightforward.
Okay. Okay, anybody else there got a question on the mailing or whatever, okay? I'm giving you free mailing, so basically now I saved you a whole bunch of money there. I told you how to go to the Treasury to get the funds out. I told you how to transfer your funds to your Aunt Pearl, okay? I told you how to go get a truck. Okay, you want to go get a truck? You go down and get the VIN number off the truck, you put it on this money order, and then you make out the money order to the Treasury to that car dealership. Have the Treasury send them a check. Send you the confirmation and the check number so that now you can go down there and you get that back in the mail. Basically, that check should have been to the car dealership at the same point in time.
right here.
So now you take your receipt copy down and you claim your pickup or your vehicle. Your Mercedes-Benz, $200,000 Mercedes-Benz, whatever you want. Mack truck with a sleeper cab. I don't care. And the thing is, then you can turn around at the end of the year or after, say, next quarter or so, you turn around and you put that full value that you paid for that vehicle or whatever in as an OID. Because what they did, they took your original asset and they discounted it into the dead world system. So you're going to get your full value back because, hell, take a look at it. An ounce of gold should have been $35. What the hell's an ounce of gold going for now? Almost $1,500 or $2,000. I don't know what it's up to. Really don't give a damn. And I know we're getting screwed right and left in the damn process by inflation. We won't get it all back, but we will get some item back that makes us sort of feel that we made out a little better on the deal than getting totally screwed. And then you are the executive officer, and in all these courts, you walk in as the executive officer and you assign those courts to be the executor. Okay? You assign them that position under contract. You write that out. You hand that to them. You post that with your 3-cent stamp, your seal, and now you've got them under contract. Now, if they breach that office, okay, under that executive order, and breach the contract, they have now just committed an act of treason. And now your two citizens step forward. Your American citizen and your U.S. citizen step forward and lodge your complaints of treason against them. And then there was a show back in the 60s there that Steve McQueen was in. The name of the cowboy show was called Wanted, Dead or Alive. You can issue a wanted, dead or alive warrant out for that office holder. Really shake them up. Now, you send that warrant under your executive signature to the U.S. Marshals. Say, you better go pick him up and protect him because basically he has basically acted in a treasonous capacity and he is marked so that anybody out there can take him down. Yeah, go put his poster up on the post office.
Hey, Patrick, this is Steve. Why wouldn't you want your court officers to be trustees rather than executors?
Because, like I've tried to tell, Steve, everybody out here, for about the last 2 years, there is no fucking trust in this country.
Okay. But, you know, I thought you could be the executor and beneficiary at the same time.
No, you cannot be the executor. The king sits in the balcony in the castle, and he watches the damn executioner down there with the hatchet chop the guy's head off. That's the executor.
Okay.
You do not want to get your hands bloody.
Right. I know that's the dirty job.
Yeah. And basically, like I said, there is no trust, and that trust bullshit is all English terms. It's a total fraud.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah. There's definitely no trust in England, okay?
Right.
I mean, those guys will stab you in the back, and they've been trying to stab this country in the back for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's their number one crime now that they took all the guns away. Everybody's getting stabbed over there.
Yeah. Well, there's more people even in this country get killed by knives and baseball bats than they do by guns. Yeah, hell, go and watch the gangs of New York. They didn't have guns. They used knives, clubs, whatever, axes, you name it.
Mm-hmm.
They could have gotten guns, but they didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, they're silent.
They wanted hand-to-hand combat, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
American U.S. citizenship registered account number. That's the number on the back of the Social Security?
No, that number is basically, that is your certificate of live birth registration.
Oh.
Yeah, it says registration number. That's your citizen, your American citizenship, your financial vessel. But it's also being now held under the U.S. Citizenship. And see, that's what we have to do. We have to go in and rescue our American vessel out of this foreign port known as United States, foreign territory, counterfeit corporation, sitting in Washington, D.C.
So
now they're holding our foreign vessel. And we have to come in as the Marines and rescue our military vessel, our citizen vessel. Then we will take it over and put it into the American Treasury, Post Office Treasury.
Okay.
See? Pretty simple when you think about this in those terms.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to find the right analogies or metaphors or whatever to throw into the game.
That's good to hear.
So our American citizens registration certificate of live birth, and the U.S. citizen is the passport?
Well, the postal system, yeah. In the banking system is the passport.
Okay.
But right now, you have a citizenship, okay, and it is being held in the postal system, okay, so they've tried to rename that certificate of live birth both as the American citizenship and the U.S. citizenship.
Oh.
And see, they're trying to put that under a false registration in the process.
Okay.
So we
had to have a registration to be able to claim our American assets.
So you use the whole birth certificate number, or you use the bond number?
You use the whole birth certificate registration number. Should be about 11 digits at max.
Right. Okay, I got you.
It's going to the Treasury. They've already got it there, okay?
That should do it. And we put the Social Security and the live birth certificate number, and that's going to draw what you need.
Yeah, on this money order, it's going to the Treasury.
Right.
Now I'll address the one going to the local banks, or to when you write out a money order later on using the Federal Reserve banking system. And the local banks are going to have to handle them as soon as we get our authorization from the Federal Reserve Bank, because we're a prime customer at the Federal Reserve Bank. We're the ones that have the real asset. These other banks out here have nothing. They're just damn borrowers.
Right. You're right. Borrow from you and me as we deal with them.
Yeah.
Or if you ever had a bank account, they still got your stuff in there.
Yeah. They're still just processing the thing through against you. But in most cases, they're going in against your Social Security number and tying it back in through the Federal Reserve Bank. And see, even your passport goes back to the Social Security number, because when you got your passport, you have to put down your Social Security number. And see, that Social Security number then ties back to your registration number. All these numbers tie back to the foundation, and that's the registration number, the American citizenship. And that's the one that we need to expatriate out of their system, is our vessel from them.
Patrick?
Yeah.
So this gets to the right person to process. I know we have attention Secretary of the Treasury, but do we put attention, what is it, Jacob Blue? Do we put that also?
I would just put what I've got right there on the money order.
Okay.
Just use that address.
All right.
I think it'll. Now, on the outside of it, on the envelope, okay?
Right.
On the lower right-hand side, you're going to put certificate of mailing, and you're going to put your number. I'm going to use primarily my number for my certificate of mailings going to these guys as my tracking number, my money order tracking number, okay? And then over on the left-hand side, underneath your return address, I would put American Executive Order.
Okay.
Letting them know that this is an executive order to them. That's you can say official executive order, nothing else.
That sounds good.
You can also add, I'll come and kick your butt if you want me to. I don't know. It's up to you guys. You've got the freedom of choice to do whatever you want to do. Just do it. I'm not telling you that it has to be this way or anything like that. I'm trying to give you some guidance. Okay? You've got the right of free choice. But I don't want to hear anybody bitch and complain when they don't get it and then they do it the wrong way, because they had the right of free choice and you're the ones that screwed it up.
Hi, Patrick. My original birth certificate doesn't have a registration number on it.
Yes, you have to get that from the state.
All right, so when
don't argue with me. The ones that they sent out, basically, you have to go in and demand one for your private records. See, a lot of these states only send them out without that number because in most cases, most of these people are going and using that as an identification to get a student loan or whatever out here. They do not want that number out there in the general public.
Well, when I get a new one now, they come with the red bond number on them, and every time I get a new
red bond number.
No, okay.
This is a registration number. Where were you born?
What year or what state?
No, where were you born?
Massachusetts.
Okay? You have to go in there to Massachusetts, and they should have. The only state that really I'd heard didn't convert over to the 3-digit -, 2-digit -, 6-digit scenario was supposed to be Pennsylvania, and they were supposed to be staying on a 7-digit number.
That's what I have, the 2, 2, and 6. I do have
3. There should be 3, okay? The first 3 should identify the state Okay, that's a state number, and same thing with your selective service number.
It says
Okay.
volume is. It just says volume, page, and number. That's how they have it. 2-digit volume, 2-digit page, 6-digit number. That's how they have it written. That's all they have on the old
Okay,
ones.
you need to talk to somebody else in Massachusetts, okay? There's a couple other people out there on the group that basically they've got different numbers there, okay?
Yeah,
And
Mom.
they'll tell you how to get the number from the damn state of Massachusetts, okay?
My birth certificate about 10 years ago had no number on it, but when I called them, they readily gave me the file number, and then I asked for a new certified certificate, and they had it on there.
You have to ask for the registration number. I need my registration number on that form, okay? Not the serial number, not the number in red. That is just a tracking number, and for most part, that is for them to prevent counterfeiting of those instruments. You can talk to the Secret Service about counterfeiting, because they're the ones that are supposed to be overseeing counterfeiting. You want this, you're going to have to fight for it, okay? And I can't help you in that regard. I've told you what you need to do over the years.
Well, you're getting us in fighting condition.
Yes. Get with other people on the group that maybe live in that area, okay? That's what you need to do. Use the group for what it was originally designed by Yahoo out here or Google, these talk groups. They were supposed to be an interface, not just for 3,000 people to sit on their ass and listen to one person talk. They were supposed to be called group sites.
Their interface sucks. That's the truth about it. But, yeah.
Okay, any other questions on these forms? I mean, it shouldn't be that damn hard.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Patrick.
Yeah.
So what happened to the private citizens issuing their own warrants for treasonous acts? Why don't we see the wanted dead or alive posters at the post office anymore? What's the body of law surrounding that?
Well, that's because they don't want those out there in all regards. There are warrants that basically, in some regards, posted there, but you just got to look for them. And see, sometimes they don't have them out in public anymore because they don't want all the bounty hunters running around. Hell, there's still bounty hunters out here, right? So there's still warrants.
Right, but how does it get to the wanted dead or alive stage or level where, and who makes those decisions?
You do. You want them back either dead or alive. They fucked you. And basically they committed an act of treason. And treason is basically death. It says it right in the definition in the dictionary. And especially if they're holding a public office when they've done this, that is gross treason. They need to be annihilated. Because they're just going to screw somebody else.
Have you made your wanted poster yet, Patrick?
Come on. What a fucking stupid question, okay?
Well, you know, I mean...
Well, come on. I'm trying to get this damn thing done and get the damn money orders and everything out here. I'm not going to sit around and try and annihilate all these people right away. Let's get the damn thing working first, okay? Get the paperwork in. We need to address getting the Federal Reserve account stop trying to go after revenge right off the bat before you've even tried anything. You guys you're playing with the damn kids' games of blood and guts, okay? That's the mentality of this damn country. Those damn games that shoot them up, kill them, chop their heads off, shoot them again, stab them a few times. Let's have blood flowing everywhere. Just like the movie Passion. More damn blood came out of that damn guy than 10 guys hold. I mean, talk about a damn stupid movie. But nobody could see the correlation of how stupid that was. Because everybody loves blood and guts. Oh, pain, suffering, agony. Oh, we love that. We can't go out and smell the roses, but we can love the hell out of going out there and seeing pain and suffering. Especially when it's somebody that you know. You just enjoy seeing your fellow man suffer. Okay, now you've had your ass chewing. Now, you got any real questions to ask?
Well, I definitely comprehend what you're saying. It's, for me, I need to know where that the foundation is where we're going to be able to enforce these things, because it seems as if we're just trying, the locks to see.
No, when you know the law and you come in and you basically state your case and then shut your damn mouth and don't try and argue something and get back into their system, you will have your enforcement. You will scare the living shit out of them. But most people continue to open up their mouth and argue and get right back into their system. And then now you're a belligerent with them, and now you're going into mortal combat with them, and they've got more guns than you do. That's why you lose. Just do what I told you, okay? Take that and learn that. Otherwise, just forget the whole damn process, because you're going to screw it up. I can guarantee it.
A thought just came to mind that perhaps we can make a checklist, that a numbered checklist, starting with the very basic claim, and then, going from there. I mean, that's. What do you think about that?
For what?
For
claim for what?
It's a process. It's a step-by-step process, right? So.
I gave you an audio. Listen to the damn thing about 3 or 4 times and make up your own checklist. Like I told people before, I had to watch the movie Forrest Gump about 6 times before I understood everything in that movie. You're not hearing half of what I'm saying on this call right now because you're talking to yourself. You're hearing only what you want to hear and not hearing what the teacher is trying to teach you. I reiterated that last call. That's why you probably flunked out in school, because you didn't hear what the teacher was telling you. The teacher was giving you the damn answers to the test the whole damn time, but you didn't hear them. Teacher wasn't there to try and screw you. Teacher was trying to educate you, to get you to think. That you're the one that went into that classroom with the blocked mind. I know I did at times, because I knew that half the shit that they were really teaching was basically from the wrong side of the tracks anyway. Sort of figured that out when I was 5 years old, sitting in church, and basically had a preacher or a banker, a doctor, and a teacher, and a lawyer all sitting around me, and then the guy up at the pulpit wanted to be called father, and basically the gospel said, call no man your father, and basically the epistle or whatever condemned all the other people, and I said, what the hell's going on here? Something ain't right. The answer was, well, that was in the Old Testament, and basically that's all changed. Everybody's now loving one another. I said, that's a crock of bullshit. But I shut up, and I just let it go. But I always had that understanding in the back of my mind. Okay, now back to the subject. Any questions on what this is? Otherwise, let's end this call and basically go and do this stuff. Get it ready to get out in the mail on Monday morning. Or fax it out. Or email it out.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm new to this, and I got on kind of late because I didn't know about it in time, and it's my first time on. Will this be recorded, and can I listen to it later?
Yes, it's being recorded, and you can listen to the call back. Use the same call-in number, only instead of 1200, you would do 12999, and then the same ID number to get into that playback. Tom, I think, posted that on the group site. Go into the group site, and he's also got most of the audios posted in a couple different places, either on the We the People _shareholders group site, or he's got another link there, and I'll let Tom tell you what that is. Go ahead, Tom. Tom, you there?
I'll tell them what it is. It's econcurrent.com/divine. Econcurrent. ECO concurrent, anyhow how you spell it.
I had to step away from the microphone. I had my speakers on so I could hear while I had to do something else. It's econcurrent, econcurrent.com/divine.
And then there's a bunch of files there that have the audios and all the documents and everything in there too. And they might be a little easier to download than off the We the People because Google took over the Yahoo groups and everything and sort of messed them up.
Right. I have to recompact the files, but in that directory, when you go to /divine, there's a calls directory, there's a dictionary directory, there's a files directory, and then I have 2 zip files, one for calls.zip and files.zip. And you can download everything with the files.zip, but give me tomorrow morning. I'll have to bring it up to date because I rewrite the zip file about every 2 weeks.
Well, thank you so much. This is incredible information. I've used some of it already. I've reduced my debt by $20,000 with Hilary's help, and I just appreciate everything you guys are doing.
Yeah, I just go with what about the last 2 weeks, and then utilize the other stuff as if you want some history and some supportive documents, because I've got Word documents up there that definitions out of the dictionaries, and the definitions in the dictionaries. And one of the better dictionaries is Anderson's Law Dictionary, 1889. It gives a little better definitions of most of the stuff before they started polluting the other law dictionaries, the Black's Law and the Bouvier's and some of the others hiding this stuff away somewhat. But in the most part, still, and you never trust just one dictionary, okay? So you always go to more than one dictionary to get the definition to see what is really going on in the words, because it's all a game of words.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Patrick.
You're welcome.
I can tell you know your stuff, and I'm going to be a good student here.
Well, I don't know it all, okay? I just beat the hell out of it until they surrenders to me.
Well, that's all we can. All any of us can do. No, we're supposed to seek wisdom, and that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to hang up, but God bless.
Okay. Well, don't hang up. You can always just mute it out.
Okay. All right.
Just do *6 to mute out.
Yeah, Patrick, this is Steve. Did I hear you correctly when you said that the tracking number on the money order is going to be the United States Treasury check number?
No.
That's
what I'm going to use for my on the outside of the envelope and on my certificate of mailing. Okay, and that certificate of mailing, see, that's just a little form. They don't put that in the postal system. Okay, that tracking number, when you put that on there, it doesn't go into the postal system. So in a lot of cases, you're paying $1.30 for nothing. You can do the same damn thing, just like a notary public. Okay?
Okay.
What good is a notary public, really? Not very damn good. They only deal in the dead world.
Right.
And they're just a fiction of the English system out here. Okay? Of deception. You take your right and left index fingers as your two witnesses. Those are your two outer extremity markers.
Right.
That's your boundaries. And basically, when you have your boundaries, you've now established your position.
Right.
Can I suggest something?
Yeah.
When you go into the postal service, you get a receipt. They got a bill of lading number on there. You can use that too.
So your answer is the tracking number is actually your certificate of mailing number.
Well, that's what I'm going to use, but you can use a different number if you want to.
Right, your own private number if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just create your own elaborate check number.
Yeah. However you want to do it. I mean, I'm going to use my money order number because that way I know what money order was in that envelope.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear what I said?
Pardon?
I had said that if you go into the postal service, anytime you paper anything in there, they'll give you a receipt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like when you go mail that mail that you're going to mail to the postal service, on that receipt they have some numbers on there. They have a bill of lading number on it.
Well, it's got a bill, okay?
Huh?
It's an actual bill, okay?
Yeah.
Now, you turn around, and with that receipt that they give you, at the end of the year, you take that bill and you basically turn around and do an OID for that money back. See, you're claiming that money back, that bill back, because it's been discounted.
Right. And you can use that same number for the tracking number.
Yeah, you can use that, but with what I'm doing, we're not going into the post office. We only buy a block of 3-cent stamps and 2-cent stamps, and then we're going to do our own mailing. So we don't need the postal dead mailers out here. We're going to be the living postmaster and mail our own damn shit.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
We see all mail is prepaid. The Postal Service is a corporation. Okay? That corporation had to borrow the money because at the end of the year, that postal corporation had the zeroth book. So come Monday morning, they had to go to the Treasury and borrow money to have some operating expenses. Well, who'd they borrow from? They borrowed it from our accounts.
Right.
The national debt in this country is owed to we the people.
Yeah, employees.
And until we come in and claim our assets back from them, that is the debt that's owed to us. Well, as long as they're holding our assets, that's the debt that's owed. So you want to drop the national debt, you go in and claim your assets. And then you put your assets into circulation out here because the bankers ain't going to do it. They're going to pull the plug on you.
Yeah, in more ways than one, they'll pull the plug on your blood vessels.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, I'm done, Tom. You guys go ahead and talk.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Patrick.
Yeah. We'll talk to you later. Okay.
I mean, this call is very compact, and I'm just going to go over it a number of times. It's an instruction book all in itself.
Okay.
Very good call.
Later.
Thanks. Sheba, you want to tell us what you've been doing?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I'm here.
We've been wanting Sheba on the call, and she's had various problems, and she's here, and she wanted me to prompt her, but she can tell you what she's been doing.
Well, wow, I have an interference in my background, but so bear with me. But see, that's what I'm saying. This is not a good time for me. I just had to be on the call, okay? But I do have. Please,
yeah,
you hear my
have.
background?
Yes,
I have interference in my background.
Yeah, we can hear the people in the background. Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to share at another moment. I'll be on the Sunday night call, okay?
Okay.
Thanks.
That's very good. Thank you very much. Okay, anybody else have a question or want to talk about something? Or I think Pat,
Tom, I got.
Yeah, it's yeah. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, if we're not going to the post office to do the initial mailings for the Postmaster General, we just need Federal Reserve forms and just send them out and money orders and so forth and so on, or
right.
no?
The way he currently has it is that the U.S. Treasury money order is only going to the Treasury. And with that, we're getting back a Treasury check, which we can use to then give to a car dealer or to Aunt Millie or to whoever we want, the library, whatever.
Okay.
And the second thing we're doing is with the Appendix 1 and Attachment B, we're getting our Federal Reserve Master Account. And while Patrick says he should have ready by Sunday the money orders, that once we have the account, and that's going to take us a week or so to get all that. Once we have that account, then we can deal with the Federal Reserve System, which means that we can also write money orders and simply deposit them in our own bank and get the money into our account that way rather than even having to send them off.
Oh, okay.
What I love about the Federal Reserve thing that he pointed out is we're the bank's prime customers now. We're the ones with the absolute best financial position of any of the customers that they have.
They knew that all along. They just don't want to use you like that.
Oh, yeah, they didn't want to permit it. But now,
right. Okay, then can I ask a dumbass question there?
Okay.
Then how's that helping me get out of the system? just because I got access to the bank?
Well, Patrick explained that you're out of the system because you're relying not on the codes and statutes, but you're relying simply on the Articles of Confederation, Declaration of Independence, and the earlier years of the Constitution. In other words, everything before almost everything before the 14th Amendment. I'm not for myself. I do everything before Andrew Jackson, who screwed up the financial system in 1835. But you stay out of the system, but you do have to operate within it every once in a while, and so you get into one of your robot suits when you have to go out and operate within the system. So your robot suit is your American executive officer, or you as an American banker, or you as a shipmaster. And the analogy he used was in the movie Avatar. When they went over to fight, they went into this big robot machine and drove it all around. So in their world, your robot self is much stronger than anything they have. That makes sense?
Yes.
So you're still sort of operating in both worlds, but you're mostly private in that you do not do anything that allows you to be a U.S. citizen. Though you are operating in commerce, you are operating in commerce not as a U.S. citizen, but as an American national. That's the way I understand it. Yeah.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Listen,
I got a question to ask you.
Well, let 5343 ask.
Okay. What I was asking on this Federal Reserve Bank document, will we get a little bit clearer information on some of it, because I kind of missed some of the.
Yeah, listen to the call again. It's all we're doing with those two documents is setting up our signature card.
Right.
That's all it is. It's not accessing the account yet.
Okay.
We're just getting our signature card.
Okay.
And Patrick will begin to show us on Sunday the money orders once we have our account established, how we can access it. But right now, all we're doing is going in the bank and signing the signature card.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any more?
Hey, Thomas, you said something about you operate in both worlds. I was stepped away from the phone for a minute, but you said you try not to do anything that's being a U.S. resident anymore. Is that what you said?
No, U.S. citizen.
Oh, U.S. citizen,
A
right.
14th Amendment citizen following the codes and
Right,
statutes.
that includes like a driver's license and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Right, and so we will be, and I'm sure Patrick will get into that. Once we're out of the system that way, we will get an identification. I suspect it'll be something that'll give us a representative status or diplomatic status or whatever highfalutin word will be attached to it.
Right, I just wanted to make sure I heard that correctly because I was agreeing with that. I didn't want to be any. Once you're out, we already, revoked the undersigning of all the undersigning.
Yes.
So we want to stay that way.
Right.
Yeah,
and we may have to remind them of that every once in a while. I want to learn to write an executive order to undo the sale of the house. But I'll get some funds first.
Yeah, your own equity court can probably do that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm good. I'm sure you guys need to. We need to get back and listen to calls and stuff.
Right. I'm going to transcribe this call for myself because I think this call, as he did it, is a great instruction manual for the documents that we currently have in front of us. The money order, the Federal Reserve Security Card.
Yeah, I took notes. I take 2-3 pages of notes on every call.
Right. Well, I basically printed out the forms and filled in what he said into the forms itself.
Yeah.
A comment.
Yes.
How do you download the calls since y'all on this new system now? Because we haven't been able to have access.
Well, no, the calls are just the same way as they were before. Up on the Yahoo group, there's a link to the calls.
Well, we tried that. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be asking.
How did you try it?
Right click and save link as I always do.
And you should be able to save that.
That's what I thought. We couldn't do it.
What happens?
I click on it, and if you click on it, it'll come up and it'll start playing, but it won't save.
Well, okay, that's a no. If you left click on it, it will come up. If you right click on it, it should save. You should be able to then choose save as.
That's right, exactly right. But it won't save.
I had the same problem.
Okay, when you say it won't save it, what does it do?
It goes HTML something like that, and it's like 4 KBs.
Say that again.
HTML something 4 KBs. It ain't even.
It says like it has 10 kilobytes of information saved.
Yes, but it's not.
Okay.
It saves the link, Thomas.
Okay, well, you have to make sure this is Yahoo. You have to be logged into Yahoo before you can do that. If you're not logged in, it gives you garbage.
Well, I'm logged in, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm logged in too. I'm logged in.
Then the other way is go to the econcurrent.com/divine calls directory, and the calls are all there.
Actually, that's the best way to get it if you go into that, because all the calls are listed and you won't have a problem there. I had the same problem.
Corrupted.
I had the same problem you guys had.
Just not working.
Are you going to post this call tonight before you go in?
Yeah, it'll be either posted tonight or first thing in the morning. I'll probably get it up tonight.
Thank you, Thomas.
Okay. Another thing is you could be having a PC or a browser problem. I gather that if you don't have the file association set up right in Windows, you could be having this kind of problem of not being able to save it correctly. But usually, Save As tries to bypass all of that nonsense. Because if you're telling it, I don't want you to associate the file with anything, just give it to me. Okay?
Yeah. Good, Thomas. Thanks for the call.
Okay. So I turn off the recording then, and we've.
Yeah.
I think we've got a lot of work ahead of us here, but he really organized it well. I like that.
Tom.
Yes.
I have a question. I have not been able to find the Federal Reserve numbers according to the county of the states.
Well,
do you have those? Can you post those or?
No, there was a link put up before to a document.
That TGR link that you have, that's the best one.
TGRB.com, blah, 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 some stuff.
Is that the one with all the pages?
Yeah, it breaks it down into 12.
It has a number of pages in there, and it's listed by district. And for Chicago, it'll say I know Chicago begins with all of Iowa, and so many these counties in Wisconsin and these counties somewhere else. Only a few. Chicago only handles a few counties in Illinois.
Okay, so
but the key to this is, though, where did you get your Social Security card?
I got mine in Virginia.
Okay, then that's the address you want to use when you look this up.
Okay, but I haven't found what you was talking about the according to the counties. I found the other ones, that's located.
Well, if you're saving the files on your computer, the way I suggested, in other words, when you download the files, download them in the same directory structure as we have them up there on the website. Then, for what I do when I want to find that file, I just look for all the files that have reserve in it because I know it says something about Federal Reserve.
Okay.
So basically, I use the DOS directory command, which will look through a directory and every subdirectory within it. I keep all the files in user Divine on my computer, and so I just default to that directory, then do dir/s asterisk reserve asterisk, and it'll pick up every file that has reserve anywhere in the file name.
Okay.
No matter what directory it's in. And that's why I put all the files into one big zip file, because you'll get the whole directory structure that way, all at once. You only have to download one file. It's going to be a gigabyte, so it's not going to take a minute or two. But then you can use the DOS command prompt and be able to search through the files. But that link is either in the current I think it's in the postal banking directory. It's in the current postal banking directory. I posted that up there.
Okay. All right, I'll take another look.
But
the whole file would be in eConcurrent?
The files.zip? Yes, the one file with everything in it is at econcurrent.com/divine files.zip. However, as I said, I need to tomorrow morning recompact that. Right now, it's about 2 weeks out of date.
Oh, okay then.
Okay, because when I add new files, I don't. It's not easy to add them to an existing zip file, so I redo the zip files every 2 weeks.
All righty. All right, thank you. I appreciate it, Tom.
Okay.
Hey, ma'am, miss, the passport banking is item 23. It's near the bottom. Click on that on the.
Yeah, I numbered the directories on. Now they're not numbered on Yahoo. I numbered them on my computer because that keeps them in order so that the latest one is always last. They're not mixed up in alphabetical order.
Okay, then I'll look for that.
Okay, I found you have a whole bunch of Federal Reserve Bank account structure guide. There's like 7 or 8 of them.
Right, those are the new documents that we're discussing.
Yeah.
The ones that we had discussed tonight are in there also.
Yeah.
This is another website. Let me see if I can find it here.
Service provider, pass-through agreement, operating circular.
Yeah.
Appendix 2 transactions, appendixes. Okay, master account agreement. Okay, we got that. Account structure, sub-account, PDF.
You just
I don't know if they go
B.
by county. They're all like a district. They're called districts. They don't go by the county.
Okay, here's the link. It's tgbr.com.
Okay, tgbr.com.
/help /federal_reserve.htm.
Federal_reserve. Now, what's after reserve?
.htm.
.htm. ATM. Okay.
Can you repeat that, please? Because I wrote it down. You said, somebody repeat it?
Okay, tgbr.com.
Yeah, like Tango Golf Bravo Romeo, right?
Yep.
Tango Golf Bravo Romeo.com.
Yep. /help.
Yeah.
/federal_reserve.
Okay.
.htm.
Okay, I got it.
In Virginia is 4P through 5B.
Virginia is what? 4P
through 5B.
4 P as in Paul.
Virginia's District 4. And
Or
federal
P,
banks.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said 4P through
5B.
5B. And you said it's District what?
Virginia is evidently in District 4. You have to look at all the banks in District 4 and
through
see what
District 5. It's District 4P, District 5, and District 5B. So there you've got some.
Well, it spans districts.
Yeah.
No surprise.
Okay.
So you have to go through those lists and see if your county is mentioned anywhere. There's probably one that says serves Virginia, and if you don't find your county mentioned anywhere else as being another district, then that's the one it'll be.
Yeah, because it'll say like all Virginia and all West Virginia except counties, Marshall, and ... You know, so you can narrow it down to where you are.
Okay, then. All right. I have to really look for that. Thank everybody. I do appreciate it.
Okay. Now, if you're not really sure, once you find it, the number of the Federal Reserve Bank is there. Just call them and say, "Here's where I live. Is this the Federal Reserve Bank that deals with this area?" Or go to your bank and ask them which branch of the Federal Reserve do they go to.
Okay, then. But I thought we were doing that because I'm not in Virginia, but that was where I, got my
right. But you call a bank that you know is close to where you got the card and find out where the what they say their Federal Reserve branch is.
Or you can just try routing numbers in combination with your passport when you go to pay a bill. That's what I did. I went through like 7 routing numbers before I got one that worked.
And then use that.
Okay, then. And if people that have paid bills still, nothing has bounced back?
Nope.
Some have.
Okay.
Didn't your Wells Fargo bounce back?
I don't have Wells Fargo. Maybe it was Vita. I had after day 6, I had a National Fuel Gas bill bounce, and I said, "Well, it's been a long time. I think I'm going to call and find out what happened." So I called the gas company and asked them what happened, and she looked at it. Because they do charge you, too, like a bounce check. And I asked her what happened, and she looked at it, and she immediately took off the fee, and she said that was their mistake because they transposed the figures when they were doing their paperwork.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, and see, now that would have been on you if you hadn't called.
Right.
Right. Yeah, you can't sit there and worry. If Patrick has taught us anything, just get on the horn and go after them.
Right. You got to be bold. This is making me bolder.
And enjoying it, too.
Yes.
Oh, just to let you know, Thomas, I didn't see the TGBR, that you mentioned on your e-concurrent file.
Okay, well, it's just a
let
link.
You know.
Actually, I may have just sent the link in an email.
Right.
But the thing is put it in your browser,
Mm-hmm.
And remember TGBR. So once you go to it, you can go up to your browser and say TGBR, and it'll bring up that link to the whole rest of it. It remembers the links you go to.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's good to go there at least once.
Right.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a real good site.
Well, I appreciate.
Now, I'd be
everybody's
curious
help.
as to the only question I have is it totally up to date?
Oh,
Well,
okay.
that one is more up to date than any of the others that I've used.
Okay.
Okay, I appreciate it.
No
Thank
problem.
you. I have some experimenting to do.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. This is all a huge scientific experiment.
And you need to be bold. I ordered a Tesla online, and I put the max on it. So it was like $130,000 car. And
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and I got my VIN number already. They're gonna deliver it to my house.
Now, the Tesla.
Okay, so you went to the dealership and got the VIN number.
No, no. You just order it online.
Oh, but that's just with the Tesla, not anything else.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And you get to pay for it the same way with your passport and your routing number.
Oh gosh. Okay. I gotta take a look at the Tesla and see what it looks like.
TGBR.com/help/federal_reserve.htm says the requested object does not exist on this server. The link you followed is either outdated or inaccurate. Maybe somebody could send me a link.
Maybe it's not underscore. It's a blank. I'm bringing it up myself.
Here, I'll send it to you, Steve.
Okay. I just was getting it for the future use.
No, it's underscore. It is underscore. Because I brought it right up. You may be having some problems in your browser ISP.
Well, I didn't put a HTTP or a www in front of it.
No, well, yeah, it is. It's very seldom do you need a HTTP or the www.
Are you guys on the group or are you on something else? I figured you're on the group, right? Are you sending on the group or something else?
I just put it in your name.
Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah, I see it. Thanks, Pat.
You're welcome.
Try that.
Pat.
Yeah.
Pat.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Nancy from Ohio.
I know.
Oh. Okay. So do you still have my email?
I think so.
Address? Okay.
Yeah.
Would
you
send it to me also?
Sure. I gotta
Thank
find
you. I would appreciate it.
All right, it worked that time, Pat.
Okay.
I'll bookmark it.
Yeah, I bookmark everything.
All right. Oh,
okay.
One other question. When he said in the memo, you can leave it blank, or you could say what you're using the money for in the memo, right?
No, I think he didn't say leave it blank. I don't remember him saying you could.
With whatever you're using.
You should. It's just the same thing. You know, you have a memo line on your checks.
Yeah.
A lot of times I leave them blank, but it's good to put it in.
Yeah.
Let's see.
For my lunch money one, I'm just going to say for maintenance and expenses for the estate.
That sounds good.
Yeah, or transportation.
Yeah, transportation, operation, maintenance.
Rent.
Yeah, well, that's maintaining it. Yeah, that's one of the expenses. That's one of the expenses. Okay. And we've got
all right, then. Thanks, Tom.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Pat.
You're welcome. Why don't you give me your email again? I'm looking in a sent. It's probably in a sent file because I don't